This is VSEPR Part 3, and in this video we're going to do some examples of predicting the molecular geometry or the shape of the molecule. So we're going to go back to how to draw the Lewis dot structures. And so we have silicon here, which is in group 4A. So for silicon, we have one of them, and it's 4, so it's 4. We have fluorine, which is over here, and is in group 7. So we have 4 of them, and there's 7 valence electrons, so that is 28. So we add those two together and get 32. Silicon is our central atom, and then we draw 4 bonds. It doesn't matter which direction I draw them in. Every time I use a dash, it was 2 electrons, so I used up 8, leaving me 24. And I go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So I'm out of electrons. Okay. And then I need to count my outside atoms. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 outside atoms. And I have 0 lone pair. And so that's 4 total. And so with 4 and 0, you need to memorize this. Okay. And so 4 and 0, one more up. 4 and 0 is 4 and 0 is tetrahedral. So this one is a tetrahedral. Okay. Now for practice, I really suggest that you pause this video now and you practice the next one. Okay. And then after you're done practicing it, come back and watch the video. So pause here. Okay, after you've watched it, let me just go ahead and clear off everything on this one. Erase all ink. So this time I have germanium dichloride. Germanium is actually down here. It's a transition element. And chloride is here. So germanium, there's one of them, and it's in group 4. Chloride there's 2 of them, and it's in group 7. So it's 4 and 14. Ge is my central atom with a chloride on either side. So that's 18 minus 2 gives me 16. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay. And I have 2 outside atoms. 1, 2. So I have 2 outside atoms. And again, OA is outside atoms. And for this one, I have 1, 2 lone pairs, and LP stands for lone pairs. So I'm now looking for the geometry of something that has 2 outside atoms and 2 lone pair, and that is bent. Okay? And so this is the actual answer that I'm looking for. Yes, it's the family or the class. The class is a tetrahedral, not the answer wanted. Because it has 4 total directions off of the lone pair. Okay? Again, I suggest that you pause this video, do XE04, and then restart the video to do that. Okay? So pause. Welcome back. And let me erase all the ink again. Okay? So Xe is actually xenon, and it's in group 8. So for xenon, I have 1 of them times 8 gives me 8. I have oxygen. There's 4 of them. And then oxygen is over here in group 6. So times 6 gives me 24. So 8 plus 24 gives me 32. Xenon is my central atom. That is an E. I draw 4 oxygens around it. Okay, so I used up 8, leaving me 24. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Okay. And I have 4 outside atoms. I have 0 lone pair. So this is a tetrahedral, which is also the class. Okay. We are going to get more practice in doing these through the rest of this chapter. We're going to need to predict the geometries to be able to predict what's going on there. So this is the end of the first section of the chapter.